And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Two former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers fighting his tight end, Graham. Packer first down. Now Rodgers. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 51 yards. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And they're going to get the two. It's caught. So they get the conversion. And now we're back to a one-score game. Crosby on now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now Ryan on second down. Caught by Sanu. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Tramon Williams, a veteran corner there on the stop. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A gain of 32 that time. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And that is incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. That'll bring up second down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Ryan will throw again. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, this is taken in. It's complete. And the Packers are back within a score. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
26.
They're going to run for it with Jones. But he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. Crosby on now to kick it away. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10, it's Ryan again. And incomplete there. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up 3rd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Ryan to throw. And that's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
Still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Back to throw. Open man is Allison, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for 2. Rodgers to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And finding the tight end Hooper. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
Back to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. He's back to throw. Here's Sanu on the catch. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Ryan. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Ryan. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively. This defense making some plays right now, aren't they?
And they look like a group that really locked in before this series started. Read their scouting reports, got back to reading their keys, and playing with excellent leverage up front.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
319. Zoom.
Rodgers throwing here. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Robert Alford that time on the great coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught at the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obvious.
Have an all-white rank. Couldn't hit if it had ain't. Lanes can't call it.